So I've just showed up here to start my blog with Kimbo Slice. We're gonna go ahead and get this footage started. Enjoy it. How are you liking St. Louis so far?
St. Louis is amazing. The sense of community here is just through the roof, like off the charts. Everyone's super like supportive of everyone, and everyone hangs out. Like, I feel like I'm doing something 2 or 3 times a week with teammates here, which is
awesome.
Not something I'm used to in any way, shape, or form. When I skated with Carolina Wrecking Balls, that was like a normal thing because it's a small community and everyone's there. But New York City, it's just really hard. It's I mean, for you to get from the Bronx to Brooklyn, where we practice, depending on trains, it can take you an hour and a half to 2 hours. Like, it's a nuisance to hang out in New York City.
That's crazy.
But St. Louis has been amazing so far. I grew up in a small town, in a sense, like this, and so I love the community. I love the like college town vibes, everything.
Yeah, I know we talked a little bit earlier about like you know, basically getting everywhere on a bicycle because, you know, you're used to living in New York, and
right.
Now you're talking about getting a car back, and I know you're really into cars because we've talked about that a few times. And
I mean,
how do you feel about that, getting back into a car life?
It's going to be difficult because I love cars, and I love cars with horsepower, and I'm very particular. Like, all my cars I've owned have been sports cars. The car I sold was a G35 coupe, so it's like, I want a coupe, I want something of like that. I've kind of come to a consensus with Vish that we can totally get a Fiat 500, but it has to be an Abarth. Like, it has to have
yes,
the turbo in it.
It's got to be turbo and horsepower.
Like, I'll take 180 horsepower in that small car, but the 120 it comes with stock, just can't do it.
So there you go. Kimbo's a tuner guy.
I grew up in Florida, playing all sorts of sports, like any sport, every sport you could think of, I was playing it. But I really took a liking to soccer. I thrived at it. Grew up in Tallahassee, lived in Fort Myers for a little bit, went to college in Gainesville, lived down in South Florida on the East Coast. Near Boca Raton, and worked there for a few years. But pretty much a Florida boy, now traveling and doing what I can to not go back to Florida.
Didn't like it there very much?
No.
I don't think anybody likes where they grew up.
The heat, it makes people do insane stuff, and, you know, don't get me wrong, I'll always claim that I'm from Florida, but if you ask me if I ever want to go back, my answer is no. Just no. There's nothing that can make me go back there.
So let's talk about skating, because that's, you know, what we're here to do.
Yeah.
What about your skating background? What got you into skating? Was it a girl, or was it just like something you grew up like there was nothing to do but go skating, or, you know?
I mean, where I grew up, there was a couple of rinks, but I never was there often enough. Like, I think it was like 7th and 8th grade year was the time to go to the rink on a Friday night, get dropped off, and go make out with your girlfriend and like kind of skate. So I did that for a long time. Like, I mean, I've been skating since I was 2 or 3, but I wouldn't say I'm a rink rat. I had a small inline stint for about a year and a half, and I really enjoyed it, but that sport is insanely expensive.
Definitely. Okay, so my next question here is when you started derby. Like, what got you into derby, or how you got into derby, or how you got introduced to derby?
So we were talking before, you were married once. I was married once too. You know, in the South, they like to get married young.
Definitely.
But yeah, so my ex-wife, her aunt is one of the founding members of a league out of West Palm Beach called Dub City Roller Girls. So when we moved down there, she started playing, and they needed refs.
Like most guys, you
Like
get
most
into
guys
from
who
the
get
reffing
started,
point, yeah.
you get hawked, and they're like, we need a ref. So I started reffing. That was my first time ever putting on quads. Like, I had never skated a day in my life with a quad on. Like, that was weird and bizarre. But I started reffing, and I was head ref for about 6 months, and then my ex-wife and I had issues. So I was like, well, screw it. Let me see what this roller derby thing is all about, because it's clearly a very important thing in my wife's life. A little bit more important than me, so let's see what it's about. And so I went and officially joined the men's team that was in Fort Lauderdale, and they're called SoFlo, or South Florida Men's Roller Derby. They aren't really a team anymore, sadly, but started there. My first practice was October 5th, 2012. My first game was October 21st, 2012. I know it was the beginning of October, and then they were like, yeah, we need you to come in and practice, we'll get you jerseys, and then we have a game October 21st. My very first game was against the Carolina Wrecking Balls in Columbia, South Carolina. It happened to be the same weekend as men's champs. Like, it's a vivid thing because so much happened, and like,
It's a turning point in your life.
I mean, that's when I saw, that was the year that Magic City, like, took the world by storm, and people were surprised, and they were up on Shock by like 60 points, and then Shock came back to win, which is when I fell in love with Shock. But yeah, 2012 was when I first started skating derby, and it's all thanks to my ex-wife and her aunt's derby team needing refs, and the rest is pretty much history.
Cool. What's your game day preparation? I think this is something that kind of a lot of people wonder, you know, like an athlete that's like a sponsored athlete, what's their game day preparation? What do you do when you first wake up? Can you take us through that, like all the way through to maybe like a few minutes after your game, because we all know what happens a few minutes after a game.
Right. Yeah, it really just depends. Like I was telling you earlier, this is going to be my first time being in a tournament where I don't have to travel to it. So
it's sibling
it
rivalry.
will be, sibling rivalry. It will be
Coming
my
up.
first non-travel tournament. So that will be a new, unique experience. But all my experiences have been just, you know, waking up early in the hotel so I can go grab breakfast. And, you know, I kind of just take my day slow. I don't want to think about the game. I don't care to think about the game. But I go and eat breakfast, go back to the hotel room, get prepped, pack my bag, do all that stuff. And then I usually head to the venue with my teammates. And if Bont's there, I'm at the booth and I'm talking to people. If not, I'm still talking to people. I really don't like to think about my game. About an hour before game time is usually when I put in my headphones and I start kind of zoning in. I listen to all sorts of music. It really just depends on my mood. But 30 minutes in before a game, I mean, my headphones are out because we're usually doing our team like skate and then warm up and all that. And then that's when I really just start focusing on the game. I'm not a nervous person, and I feel like if I would think about the game all day, it would make me nervous or anxious or give me, you know, anxiety. But because I don't think about it, it's just fun. And like no one likes losing, obviously, but you got to play the sport because it's for the fun. Like if you take it too seriously and you don't enjoy it or have fun, then the game's not fun. So with me not thinking about that game so much, I just enjoy it. And then during the game situation, talking, I do whatever I can to stay distracted between jams. Sorry. Game time's good. I don't really think about anything. I focus. After the game, win or lose, it's finally like that heavy release or burden's like finally taken off. And you're like, oh, great, now it's done. I can go eat.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much my game day. Just relaxing and enjoying, staying calm, listening to good tunes, and after the game, it's eating food and getting what I want, to make up for the fact that I didn't eat a large breakfast or lunch or something.
So what do you keep in your bag, Kenbo?
Well, I keep these bad boys on the outside, thanks to how my backpack's shaped. But you can totally find my Pro Design pads. This year we are rocking the blue denim look. It's new. They're really awesome. They're made with a T9 cloud foam. Definitely the softest foam you can get, the best impact. I fall on these and I don't feel anything. So shout out to Pro Design for sponsoring me and keeping me well protected. I love these. These are actually new for the year. USA. I am proud to be kenbo, and I am American Slice. But these are really cool. They're actually currently a prototype. There is the plates built into the boot.
That is so awesome.
But, you know, carbon fiber, hybrid carbons, custom. I got these because I was on Team USA and I was proud to make it. I got the gold sliders. They're 20 degrees all the way around because 20 degrees to me is the perfect angle for derby. Good speed and great for agility. I'm currently rocking the Royal Assassin 88s by Bont. I use these wheels on every floor. They work, they're perfect. Great speed. It's really weird though because they're 88s, but they work on everything and I haven't had to change them. But yeah, so I roll these. These are my boots. Absolutely love them. So shout out to Bont for, you know, keeping me strapped up and rolling. Shout out to My Little Red Shorts. This is my buddy. He owns his own company, but he gave me this panty when I went to go do a boot camp in Toulouse. But this year I switched. I went from the hockey helmet to the S1 with the visor. You got to protect the noggin. So shout out to S1. Thanks, S1.
And that bag, though. I see that bag. Tell us the story of the bag. What do you keep in your bag? What little secrets do you have?
There's legitimately just nothing in here. It's empty.
Oh wait.
Jerseys.
Jerseys. Yeah, jerseys are a must.
I definitely have my jerseys. My whistle for when I'm coaching. Shout out to backup Bont toe stops. Extra bearings, just in case.
Yes.
More bearings, just in case. And then 2 mouth guards that clearly need to be brushed and cleaned. Yuck. Oh, and these are
wheel retainers, aren't they?
Yep.
The clips.
Clips for the Detroit skate wheels. But yeah, that's my bag pretty much. Shout out to Bont. This bad boy has seen 4 years of roller derby. It is taking a beating. Some wear and tear.
Hey dude, it looks like it's staying in good shape though.
Yeah, definitely. It's in good shape. It's been to a lot of countries too.
There you go. It's got some travel miles.
Yeah, that's my stuff. Simple, easy.
Yes. Well, thanks for inviting me out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming to my lovely house. Anytime you want to come by, come by.
Awesome.
Play some video games.
Sweet.
like your typical like stoner like athlete who's just like
from the movie Below or something.
I feel like I look like that guy who just is so fucking high right now. And my glasses chilling on the back porch. My hair's a fucking mess.
I mean, if you had a beer with you or something, but no, you're drinking a protein shake. So,
Protein shake.